Hi, I'm Grant from Blackmagic Design, and today I'd love to show you our new microconverters. These converters offer incredible price and performance. The new Blackmagic microconverters come in two models, SDI to HDMI and HDMI to SDI. They're extremely tiny converters, and they're not much bigger than the cables that connect to them. What's also exciting is that the power connections to the converters use the same USB connector found on smartphones, so we can power them from a TV or a computer. We include a full power supply with the international AC plug adapters, but you can really use all kinds of power supplies or even USB battery packs. These new microconverters support 3G SDI, so they support all SD and HD video formats up to 1080p 60, and they're full 10-bit quality. 2 channels of embedded audio is also supported in both SDI and HDMI, so a single cable will handle both the video and the audio. The microconverter SDI to HDMI makes it incredibly easy to turn televisions and video projectors into SDI broadcast monitors. The microconverter HDMI to SDI is perfect for converting computers or consumer cameras into SDI feeds for professional use. A really nice solution is to use a HDMI to SDI converter and an SDI cable up to a video projector with a microconverter SDI to HDMI. This is a great way to extend the connection to a video projector because you're not limited to HDMI cable lengths, and you can add a router or other devices too. Like all Blackmagic design converters, using the new microconverters is extremely easy. All you need to do is plug in the power, plug in the SDI, and then the lock light will confirm the SDI input is locked. Then connect your HDMI device. The converters switch video formats automatically, so you don't have to change any settings. If you want to change between Level A and Level B 3G SDI formats, you can use the USB connection to a computer and the administration software utility. This utility is available for both Windows and Mac OS X, and it's fast to use. If you want to power from the computer, then just connect the USB cable to the computer's USB connection, and then the computer will power the converter. If you need to loop the SDI to another device, the microconverter SDI to HDMI includes a reclocked loop-through connection. We think these converters are a great solution when you want to add HDMI devices into SDI systems, but you want to keep the costs low, or for when the space is tight. With microconverters, you can easily add them wherever you need. Microconverters are a great solution for on-set monitoring when using our Ursa family of cameras. We also think the microconverters are a fantastic way of adding extra SDI inputs to an ATEM television studio by converting the HDMI inputs to SDI. But Blackmagic Design's microconverters are just the entry level of a whole range of professional converters that we have. If you're looking for more types of conversions, more connections, or more processing power, then our other converter families will have what you need. If you spend just a little more, then you can select from one of our very popular mini converter products. These converters are incredibly powerful and also feature 3G SDI connections for SD and HD formats up to 1080p 60. What's unique about these converters is you get separate audio connections on most models, as they have built-in SDI audio embedding and de-embedding. For example, the SDI to analog model features 2 jack connectors, which can be selected to be balanced analog or balanced AES-EBU audio outputs. This means the one converter has both analog video and analog audio, so you get everything you need to connect it to an older deck or monitor. Even the HDMI models have separate analog and digital audio connections. The audio levels can even be set to hi-fi for connecting to consumer audio amps. The mini converter models have much more processing power, which means some models can do down conversion and segmented frame 24p formats. The mini converter SDI to HDMI can even do 2K DCI when using a 29-inch display. Most models of our mini converters have redundant SDI inputs. So what this means is if an SDI input is lost, the converter will instantly switch to the other input. This feature was designed for when you're doing critical live broadcast work and you need to protect against possible cable damage. There's a wide range of mini converters, with models for HDMI, analog component, composite, optical fiber, SDI distribution, sync generation, and more. If you need to add some Ultra HD support, then there's also a similar range of 4K models with 6G SDI support. This means you can now choose a similar converter model, but get much higher quality Ultra HD up to 2160p 30. These converters also instantly switch between SD, HD, and Ultra HD formats, and some models have down conversion. What this means is if you're using an SDI to HDMI 4K model in Ultra HD, but you have a regular HD monitor connected, the converter will down-convert automatically. All the features of the 3G SDI mini converter models are available in the 4K mini converter models, plus one new feature called HDMI Instant Lock. HDMI Instant Lock allows the mini converter SDI to HDMI 4K model to instantly lock when an SDI input is connected. HDMI televisions and projectors make great monitoring, but what's painful is they take a long time to lock when a HDMI input is connected. HDMI Instant Lock fixes that because it keeps the HDMI signal active to the display, so when an SDI input is connected, it can lock instantly. It's extremely fast and works when the new SDI input is the same format as the previous SDI format. Lock times are about 1 frame. If you're monitoring from a router using the SDI to HDMI 4K converter, As you switch sources, the new sources are instantly visible. It's just like using a clean switch. If you already have a mini converter SDI to HDMI 4K, then you can add this new feature by downloading the latest converter software, which is available now. Now, if you need the ultimate in converters, then our Terranix Mini models are easily the world's most advanced broadcast converters. The technology packed into Terranix Minis is amazing, and they also include an innovative design, so they can be desktop mounted or rack mounted. The Terranix Mini family are fully 12G SDI, so they handle all video formats from SD, 720p HD, 1080i HD, 1080p HD to 60p, and 2160 Ultra HD up to 60p. That means the 12G SDI connections on the Terranix Minis can switch from between 270 megabit, HD SDI, 3G SDI, 6G SDI, and 12G SDI feeds all automatically. Terranix Minis support Level A and Level B 3G SDI, and there's also Quad-Link SDI models, so you can convert between 12G SDI and the older Quad-Link Ultra HD equipment. The Terranix Mini design is very small, but still allows for an internal AC power supply, so you don't need those annoying plug-pack power bricks. Also, the design allows for industry-standard XLR connectors to be used for both balanced analog and AES EBU digital audio. The second channel of the XLR connectors can also be switched to timecode, so you can detect RP188 timecode and output it, or encode it from a timecode input. Rack mounting to converters is easy, and the Terranix Mini rack shelf lets you bolt in up to 3 Terranix Mini converters into a single rack unit. There's switches on the front panel let you change settings, and the switch settings are printed on the bottom of the converter. But the best feature of this new design is you can replace the front panel with the Terranix Mini Smart Panel. This elegantly designed front panel lets you change settings right from the front of the converter, as well as see the video, timecode, audio level, and video format. Can you remember the last time you lost a video connection? Imagine just being able to look at the front of the converter to confirm it's receiving a valid signal. Terranix Minis also have an Ethernet connection, so you can administer them remotely using the included Windows and Mac OS X software utility. This Ethernet connection also supports Power over Ethernet, or PoE+, so you can power the converter from the Ethernet connection itself. This means you don't even need to plug in the power connection to use the converter. But we think the biggest benefit of the Power over Ethernet feature is it's the ideal backup power supply should something go wrong on a live broadcast. There's a whole family of Terranix Minis that handle HDMI, analog, audio, optical fiber, SDI distribution, quad-link conversion, and more. Some models also include up and down conversions in extremely high quality because they use Terranix processing. This means you can up-convert on models such as the Terranix Mini analog to SDI, or down-convert on models such as the Terranix Mini SDI to analog. You really can output composite to an old analog deck from a 12G SDI Ultra HD input. It's amazing. However, one of the most exciting new features of the Terranix Mini SDI to HDMI model is it now includes the HDMI Instant Lock feature. This means this model also instantly locks to an SDI source when you reconnect the SDI input or change routing. Not only that, but in the latest converters update, the Terranix Mini SDI to HDMI model now includes a full 33-point 3D lookup table. A 33-point 3D lookup table is extremely high precision, and it's targeted at our Hollywood film customers who need a lookup table for their prime grading and edit monitors. However, it's also perfect for use on set because you could use the 3D LUT to load a custom camera gamma table for on-set monitoring. 2 separate 3D LUTs can be loaded via the Terranix utility software from a Windows or Mac OS X computer connected using Ethernet or USB. If you have a Terranix Mini Smart Panel, you can use the 1 and the 2 buttons to enable or disable the 3D LUTs. Terranix Mini SDI to HDMI supports LUTs in the most common formats, and DaVinci Resolve can save grades as 3D LUTs, so you can even create custom looks. That's exciting because the SDI loop-through output can be enabled to have 3D LUT processing applied to it. This means Terranix Mini SDI to HDMI can operate as a full 33-point 3D lookup table SDI processor, even if you don't use it as an SDI to HDMI converter. If you already have a Terranix Mini SDI to HDMI, then you can download the latest converter software and add these new features. So we think the new microconverters, plus the new features in our other converter models, means you have a great choice for conversion. No matter what type of conversion you need, Blackmagic Design will have a model to handle it. We hope you can add one of these fantastic converters to your system today. Thanks for watching.